A worker just doing his job who has no idea what's about to happen next. The staffer is checking customers' vaccine certificates when out of nowhere he's under attack and knocked out cold.
He travelled down the escalator unconscious.
I was actually down serving at the counter when this happened and I heard the shouting. And I ran out towards the escalator and just caught him as he was coming down.
Unbelievably, the thug responsible barely bats an eyelid, travelling down into the store as his victim lies motionless, then fleeing on foot.
Not even a thought about what sort of condition he was in. And to me, that was really, really disgusting.
The ambulance was called. He'd suffered a mild concussion, and it was just a horrific event to witness in this store.
And if that wasn't bad enough, in just a few hours last Friday, 3 staff at the very same store, all doing COVID check-ins, were attacked by cranky customers fed up with COVID rules.
Our staff member Emma was slapped by an older lady who didn't want to share her details. Later in the day, another young staff member was on duty, and similarly, a middle-aged man, nicely dressed, threw the packages he had in his hands down onto the floor, dropped his shoulder and lunged at him as well.
That worker was Melissa's teenage son, all 3 victims too terrified to appear on camera.
To have 3 physical attacks on poor innocent booksellers who are just there doing their job is a very bad day.
Melissa Traverso and husband Dino have never seen anything like it since they opened their Dimmicks bookstore in Melbourne's CBD 2 decades ago.
20 years we've never had a physical assault. Suddenly we get 3 in one day. Yeah, your staff are going to be a little bit concerned.
Who would have thought that working in a bookshop as a bookseller would be a dangerous occupation?
The couple say they've lost more than $1 million in the last lockdown and will now fork out thousands of dollars each week for a security guard at the COVID check-in area.
We don't normally need bouncers in a bookshop, but look at what's happened.
The young worker in this footage told A Current Affair she never signed up to be a bouncer either when she got a job at beauty store Victoria's Secret. After asking a maskless customer to check in, the vile woman hurls clothes, then begins spitting. After posting the video online to raise awareness, the worker says she was told she could be fired if it wasn't removed.
I was in real shock.
Cafe owner Simos Cadius has also had a gutful, arriving to find his Thornbury shop smashed up and a menacing sign plastered to the door. Do what Daniel Andrews says and we will burn your shop down and kill you.
Is it just an empty threat, or are they going to be like, they're going to follow through and get people down and attempt to attack me?
The vandal left behind a huge damage bill.
There's a couple of girls that work for me, for starters, that will miss out on a wage for a day or 2 or 3 days this week because of this.
And this is what these people are apparently fighting for freedom.
Yeah, so which I can't understand. Like, if you're doing that, you should be supporting and promoting not just me, but all small business out there, because we've done it tough.
Police are investigating whether it's connected to this man who was captured on security footage throwing bricks at 2 other nearby stores.
I don't make the rules, but I have to comply, and I want to comply.
The Australian Retailers Association has told us that in recent weeks here in Victoria, there have been thousands of reported incidents. In one case, a worker was showered with a boiling cup of coffee. Another was rammed with a shopping trolley.
I expected people to be annoyed at having to check in and show their vaccine certificates, but I didn't expect people to be so abusive about it.
Maddie Aston works at Dimmicks.
And what are they saying to you when they're screaming at you?
So the man who screamed at me, he was saying, "You don't have the right to ask me for my personal details." And I kept saying, "I don't need to know your name, I just need to see that you've checked in properly."
Retail staff like Maddie have voiced concerns about doing a job they haven't been hired or trained to do.
You're constantly sort of preparing to fight someone or like having to defend yourself, and I don't understand why people think it's our fault or have a problem with us.
We are mandated to follow these mandates or else we and our business can face, severe consequences. And it's just horrendous that people are behaving in this manner.